There are nerve-wracking moments in everyone's lives. For example, when you receive your test results, watching the climax of a show, when you drive over a speed bump, in a street without speed bumps. But there's one thing that's scarier than all of these things combined: asking out a girl. And today I will tell you the story of how I asked a girl on a date. Last August I started with college, and one thing that's different in college compared to my old school is that I don't have classes with the same people every time. There are people who I always have classes with, but at the same time there are other people from different groups. I kinda like the system because you get to meet a lot of new people. Not that I talk to them. The first day of college I had a class of data management. It was late on the day, so I wasn't too excited for it, but when I entered the classroom I noticed there was this one girl. She was one of the prettiest girls I had ever seen. I actually know her real name, but in this video I'm going to call her Gwen. I ended up sitting in the seat in front of her, and all the time I just wanted to turn around and look at her again. But if I did, she would definitely notice and it would look really weird.
No, I'm not sharing.
Now, let me just say that I personally don't think appearance is important. I sometimes go weeks without ever brushing my hair. I could never fall in love with a girl just for her looks, and this girl was no different. But the thing is, she was so beautiful that I wanted to talk to her and see if maybe she was a nice person as well. So my plan was to wait for a chance and start a conversation. This made every class I had with her exciting, because I was hoping to be able to sit next to her and execute my plan. But unfortunately, there were always other people sitting next to her before I ever got the chance. This didn't mean that I would never get a chance to talk to her though, because, knowing me, I'm always on time. So regularly I was the first one waiting at the classroom, and luckily she was usually one of the first ones as well. Now every time when this was the first class of the day, I was hoping that she would show up before anyone else, so I could start a conversation with her. No! Why are you here? Can't you see I'm waiting on a girl? Get out! Unfortunately, I never got the chance here either. Around this time, I actually made a new friend. Let's just call her Robin for the sake of this video. She's actually the only person I ever told that I make animations on YouTube. She didn't subscribe to me though. Thanks for that. I thought we were friends. Anyway, one day when I was talking with Robin, Gwen came up in the conversation. Robin then convinced me to ask her out after class the next day. She even gave me some tips on how to do it. The next day, I prepared myself all morning. Thought of the perfect way to ask her out. Ate some mints, brushed my hair. Alright, that's a lie. I still didn't brush my hair. Went to school, and she didn't show up. How great is that? Most girls disappear after I talk to them. She's already gone before I ever got the chance. That's another lie. I never talk to girls. Luckily, she returned 2 weeks later, and it was at the perfect time, because this was the last week before the school break and examination week. If I didn't ask her now, I would have to wait another 3 weeks. When suddenly, I got an email. Dear students, this Friday there won't be any class because I'm too lazy to teach you anything. Just go home and make animations on the internet or something. Now I won't be able to see her anymore before school break. When suddenly I remembered, I can look up the class schedule from everyone in the entire school. What if... Aha! Tomorrow my classes end before hers. That means I can wait for her after school and ask her then. Perfect plan. I did have to wait for an hour though, but that's fine. So the next day, after classes, I walked to a bench and waited for her. It was pretty cold that day, and I couldn't wait inside of the school because there were multiple ways to take her out of the building. But after an hour, I saw her walking my way, and then it hit me. I have to ask this girl out right now. She was still around half a minute away, but those 30 seconds were really stressful for me. But I had to do this. I didn't just sit an hour in the cold for nothing. I want to get results. Alright, here it comes. Hey, your name is Gwen, right?
What?
Your name, it's Gwen, right?
Yes?
Yes, this is probably really random, but we have data management together, and I was wondering if you maybe wanted to go out for dinner once.
In what way do you mean?
In whatever way you feel like it. In whatever way you feel like it? Dude, what's that for answer? You know where you came for, and don't mess it up right now.
Well, I already have a relationship with someone, but I would still like to do something with you if you want.
Oh, well, I guess it's not a good idea then.
Oh, so you did really mean it that way.
Yeah, but it's fine. I'll see you at school.
Very sweet of you.
She sounded so sweet. Why did she have to be sweet? Why couldn't she just insult me and throw a cup of coffee in my face or something? That would make me lose all my interest. Now I only wanted her more. Of course, I still wanted to get to know her, even though she already had a relationship with someone. But going on a date with someone is different than doing something together as friends. And I thought it would be better to start with a small conversation at school instead of going out for dinner. And so, 3 weeks later, we had a good half-hour conversation before class. I thought it was a good conversation, it looked like she had fun, but so far I don't really think we fit together. Right now we don't really talk anymore, but we don't dislike each other or anything, I guess. Am I happy that I asked her? Definitely. Because if I never talked to her, I would have never known anything about her and I would still wonder, what if? So if there's someone you like, just go and talk to them. You don't necessarily have to ask them on a date, you can just start with a little conversation. I promise you, no matter what the results are, you'll feel better afterwards. Happy New Year, everyone. I know it's February already, but better late than never, right? Hope you enjoyed this Valentine's Day special, and big thank you to Jalen for voicing Gwen in this video. Without her, I would have to do a girl voice, and if you've seen my first videos, you'll know that's not good. I wonder what this girl will think if she ever sees this video. Probably think I'm really weird. Nah, but she already thought it anyway, so it's fine.